today we're gonna be looking at every single Infinite premium plastic disc that they sent out to me, getting our first impressions of them. I know these videos have been a little bit all over the place recently, especially with being a little bit sick, but today we're just gonna do a chill fieldwork session. We're back at Elevation in Denver. It's been a couple weeks since I've thrown here. It's been 6 days since I've thrown a disc at all. 7, which is crazy for me. If you guys watched my announcement video, I don't have all of the plastic putters that were in there, so we are not gonna throw the Myth or the Scarab. We're basically just gonna be getting first impressions, and if I don't feel like there's a good throw, maybe we'll throw it a second or third time, because this is a lot of discs to do like a full review of, but there'll be an individual video for each of them over on Banana Frolf. I did range out to that goal down there. It's 447 from here, but we're gonna start out with the tunes here. S-blend and I-blend. This is also kind of the warm-up throw, so if they suck, they suck, but I heard they're pretty straight. Someone in my Patreon Discord called them an envy. I don't feel like they're gonna be that overstable, but we'll go ahead and rip them and kind of see. Yeah, that's the I-blend one. It kind of hyzer flips out the box there. Okay, first throw of the day. S-blend one, I think it's gonna be a little more stable. We'll try to punch this on a little bit of Annie and kind of see how it flies. Also slightly nose up, but that one has a lot more integrity than the I-blend ones, which I think is, we're gonna see that. Like the I-blend in all the premium plastics, I think maybe is a tick more stable than the G-blend, which we don't have any of these, which is just G-Star plastic. Next, let's throw these Rays, which are kind of the AVR X3. This polo top one, I do not think wants to go very far. There we go, got a little more nose down. Yeah, wow, that's some good overstability there. Okay, I'm gonna have to throw my Ruin after that. I'm gonna keep the bag that I chose in the initial video for first tags, which is gonna be tomorrow. I think this one's gonna have some more glide too, so try to throw it on a similar line. Yeah, so overstable, holy cow. I think the difference you could see there is since that one didn't have the puddle top, it like moved more gently back to the left. Now I gotta throw the Ruin. It definitely has a different look. Almost more like zone-ish-esque. I really like this Metal Flake Champion Glow. It's at least Metal Flake. Whoa, okay. Huh? What the heck? We're gonna throw those two again and kind of see. Maybe I actually got that one over nose down. That now makes me want to throw these alpacas, all 4 of these Bonanza stamped ones, which you might still be able to get. We'll throw on that same turnover and kind of see how it fights compared to that Rays, because we have 4 of these. Okay, yeah, ooh, that's really nice. Wow, glidey. So that one, it got over and kind of held over and didn't really fight back out. Like the Rays had some fight out at the end. Hyzer. Yeah, wow, that is really nice. Whew, that's like pretty much exactly where my Prism Plasma Black Envy is. It's not gonna flip up for me really, but it's not gonna really fight out of it or be super dumpy. Oh, slight hyzer, classic me. Focus on actually bracing into it. Much better. Ooh, that is nice. Holds a tight line. It does have a little overstability, but nothing crazy. And then we have this I-blend alpaca. Don't think this is gonna be more overstable. Very similar, very similar. That was just a touch more Annie out of the hand. My throws today are probably gonna be the least consistent they've been in a while, coming off of a little bit of sickness, a lot of cold weather, and new elevation. But those flew really nice. Any more putters in here? Oh yes, we got a couple more. By a couple, I mean a couple of the same ones. The cohorts, an I-blend cohort, 3.5 speed, 3.5401, and then this Halo S-blend one. It feels so interesting in the hand. Honestly, after I filmed that video, I was like, this kind of reminds me of like a baby arrow. Might be the like closest glitch type disc that Infinite has in their lineup, but closer to an arrow than a glitch. I'm hoping that's the case, because that would be a lot of fun, and it's much more comfortable than an arrow. Oh, that was kind of more stable than I thought. This one we'll try to put on like a high Annie line and just see if it fights out of it. Oh yeah, that's fun. I mean, I hit that pretty hard, so you might have to like throw it harder than an arrow or a glitch to get that flight. But that's kind of like that panning, glidey, never even thought about coming out of it flight that is pretty sick to have. Let's go walk down, snag these discs. I'll throw them back, and if there's anything interesting, I'll put that in the video. We do need to compare those Raises and that Ruin again, because that was super surprising to me. I really thought the Ruin was gonna be as overstable as the Raises were. Wow, these must be really glidey, because all the alpacas, the cohort's the only one that rivaled them in terms of how far it went. The Halo S-blend one that I put on that big Annie, like basically distance line. That's a fun disc. Yeah, it's definitely not as glidey as the arrow or the glitch. I'm getting a little bit scared that I put this Ruin in the bag for that kind of approach disc. I wonder if I'm gonna have any forehand approach this. Hopefully we can forehand an Inca. We're not really forehand. Oh, that was better. Okay, I must have hit the nose angle just right, because I just kind of flicked that and it was kind of like an ESP zone and kind of how it fought. I just really hope that I threw it super inconsistent the first time. All right, I'm gonna throw raise, ruin, then raise again. We'll start with this R blend. That's nice, wow. I think I like that disc a lot more now that I'm throwing a lot harder. I didn't really love it when I did my initial review of it. Wait, ruin. Oh good, I threw it really bad the first time. Let's go. Or I guess I threw it really good because my first like 4 or 5 throws of the day, as you guys saw, were like pretty popping the nose up. And then I remembered how to throw nose down. And that's why it went all the way over there. Thank God I just suck. I mean, those are more overstable for sure. Wow, that is beautiful. I know this isn't a form video, and I frankly haven't like had the ability to really work on much form stuff recently with like travel and then figuring out all the deals of this, which I'm so excited that it's all finally finalized. And now this last month before the season kind of really starts, I'll be able to really dial back in my training, because I've noticed there's one thing with kind of how I pronate and supinate my arm. That seems to be a really important fix that I think will get me a lot more distance, or honestly just more consistency, and frankly, a prettier looking form. Because I know form isn't everything, and even if I'm focusing on it so much, I still know that that's the case, but I also know that form does 2 things. 1, the farther you throw, the less percentage that you have to throw on a lot of shots, which makes playing the game a little bit easier. And 2, form is very marketable. If I can throw really far and have really pretty form that people want to watch, people are gonna watch the videos more. I don't think form is important for playing phenomenal disc golf after a certain point, but form is still important to me for those reasons. Let's get on to the mids. Starting with the flippiest ones, or at least what I think will be the flippiest, the Anubis 5500, either an old Mako or an old Coyote or something. Also, it would make sense that it's a Coyote if you look at like the iconography on there. Super cool. But we got the Maria Oliva Halo S blend as well as an I blend. I think this I blend one is gonna like flip up to flat, but I don't think it's gonna move crazy right to left because these are very domey. I don't know if these will take the place of anything that I bagged before. I'm excited to mess around with this one. It's just a little thick feeling in my hand. Yeah, that one's kind of flippy. This one I imagine is gonna be a little straighter. I'm gonna throw this one a little higher and a little flatter. So it wasn't quite flat, but it was a lot higher. That thing rode on that, ooh. For being slightly nose up, because I ended up, instead of just throwing it high and nose down, I kind of sat back into the throw. But that thing kind of started to pop up. I imagine if I throw it flat and like driven, it's gonna turn a bit, which is pretty nice. So stoked to have that in the bag. Next, we got the Chariots. I'm hoping that this is one that I throw flat and it just stays flat, maybe a tiny bit of drift, but not turn. So it's like stays on the same line, but just kind of goes like that instead of going like this. And then it just finishes back to the left a little. This one is the S blend, which I put in the bag for first tags. I hope this is the most stable, but we're gonna start with this D blend one, which I think will pop up. Yeah, okay, so that started out ooh, that's nice. That's really nice. Wow. So on hyzer, it looks like that one just got to where that Anubis went. We'll try the I blend one, which I'm hoping, I'm gonna throw this one a little flatter. I'm hoping it has almost the same exact flight as that D blend glow one. So slightly flatter, but definitely a little more overstable. Basically in the same exact spot. Now this one I'm gonna try to hit dead flat, which for me, in my mind, means I need to put it on 10 degrees anhyzer, because I'm gonna think this, but it's gonna come out like this. Yeah, man, that's exactly what I want that disc to fly like. Okay, that's like your perfect straight mid-range. We're gonna go with the Raw 540 2.5, very beaded. I imagine it's gonna be pretty overstable, so we're gonna start for the rest of these 3 putting these on maybe 20 degrees anhyzer. In my head, it's probably gonna come out on like 10. Yeah, pretty stable. That was a little nose up, but pretty solid shot. It's gonna land maybe 10 feet shorter than those Chariots did. Now we have the Incas, which this I think is gonna be sneaky good. I really love the profile on it, like more than I thought I would. Told me that they were gonna run Incas as a part of the first drop, and I was like, okay, whatever, that'll be cool. And I got these in hand, and I like the way that they feel much more than I thought I would, to be completely honest with you. So we're gonna start out with this Metal Flake Glow one, and then throw these Halo ones, which have my stamp on them, which hopefully you can still pick up. Touch of anhyzer. Please be overstable. Whoa, that one is not. All right, we'll try these guys. Okay, do better. What? Don't think these are 5503. Huh, all right. Try to throw it a little flatter, I guess. Wow, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to throw that against the Chariot, because that is like the same. It seems like it flies the same. I was not expecting that. I like the feel of it. It does feel more overstable than it flew all 3 of those times. Okay, we're gonna have to throw those back again, but we're just gonna throw all these forward real fast because we're running out of some daylight. But this is the Galleon. Wow, that was so surprising. What the heck? That's like a 5502. All right, Galleon, Metal Flake Glow. This thing is gonna be nutso. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. That also like came out on the same angle that I threw those first 2 Incas on, and they turned into rollers. We're gonna go everything up to a 10 speed. We're gonna actually start with the ones that I'm gonna be bagging, which are going to be these 6. We have the Centurion and the Exodus. Here's the Centurion first. I really hope that this is a nice like hyzer flip up. Dude, those Incas surprised me so much. I was thinking, oh, maybe they'll rival the Ultra. No chance, dude, that's crazy. Wow. All right, Centurion. Oh, it didn't flip up. Okay, ooh, it kind of kept flipping up. Okay, that wasn't as flippy as I thought initially, but it kept flipping up the whole way. So that's interesting. I'm hoping this Halo Exodus, I can put a touch of flex on and it'll ride, and then stable out of it with some finish. Exactly that. Oh my gosh. Oh. That's good, that's good. I have this Halo Centurion. I'm gonna try to throw this one flat. I'm gonna try to throw this as the same as the Exodus, but a little more left, because I think it's just gonna ride it. Or Halo Centurion. Oh, that's flippier than the iBlend one. What? I might make an executive decision and put that one in the bag. Shout out James Proctor. That thing is money. That is so good. I'm gonna throw that in the iBlend back. And I think I'm gonna I'm gonna give myself 2 switches. I might change the Chariot for the Raw, so I keep the Inca in the bag. Because the Inca, honestly, to me, feels like a rock. Okay, next up, Sphinx. This Metal Flake Glow guy, I hope I put it on this much hyzer, and it flips up and turns and rides, but has some finish at the end. If it does that, I might go in my bag forever and ever. Oh my gosh, you're perfect. You're the most perfectest disc that's ever been made. I love you. Oh, dude, that was like such low effort. That was almost 400 feet, if not more. Wow. Throw this pinky guy, see if there's a difference. Oh yeah, that was a little more swoopy, so a little more nose up. Okay, that's very similar to my S-Line CD1. That's what I wanted it to be. This iBlend one, I think it's gonna be Flip Town. Oh yeah. Woo. Similar shape on less hyzer. Okay, next up, we got the Dynasties, the old CD2 mold, I think. We got the S-Line one, which is gonna go in my bag. I think this will be the hyzer stand-up. Okay, too much hyzer, but it kinda did. Yeah, that's almost like my C-Line CD1. We'll try to throw these a little flatter. Here's the C-Line Dynasty. Oh, that was flippy. That was a lot flippier. Okay, great flight though. I think the S-Line and the Metal Flake Glow are supposedly some more overstable plastics. Here's the iBlend. Okay, a little flip up. I thought that might flip a little more. Okay. I'm not sure if the plastics, like each plastic for each disc is gonna be the same. It doesn't quite seem like that. Actually, I feel like the iBlend's always been less stable than the S-Blend, but the iBlend has seemed to start out pretty stable. Imagine it's pretty similar to why Innova has the DX plastic start pretty overstable so that it can beat in. I imagine that's kind of why the iBlend starts out a little overstable, but it beats in faster, I'm guessing. Here's a Scepter. I'm really hoping I don't roll this. My experience with 9-speed overstable discs recently has not been the best, just from what has come out stock from a lot of companies. So I'm hoping I throw this on some anhyzer. It like glides on it for a little bit, but it comes out of it pretty fast. Come on, baby. Okay, good. Wow, that is gliding on it. That's good. Ooh. I mean, that flight is kind of what you think of as a Sexton Firebird-ish. Very-ish. I was so worried that was gonna roll on me. But so far, I've really only had one disc mold that has been like way different than I expected it to be. Everything else has flown almost exactly how I expected, with just variations in the plastics. The C-Line Dynasty kind of surprised me. I thought that the C-Line would make it a little more stable. And then the Halo Centurion surprised me for being flippier, but that also might be what James likes and maybe what he asked for, because I know he really likes those kind of deep hyzer stand-ups. And the iBlend Centurion was a little bit less of that, but I'll probably beat into it pretty quickly. So we'll go ahead and throw next the Roman, which is a PD. I believe. We got 5 of these to throw. We'll start with my S-Line swirly ones, which I think are gonna be the most overstable. We have a C-Blend one right here, which I'm pretty sure is the X out. It's gonna be a little less stable, I would guess. I-Blend might be similar to the C-Blend, maybe a little more overstable. And then this other regular S-Blend one, I think will be similar to the swirly ones. I think I'm getting a hang for how this plastic is gonna end up flying. You just never know, and it's fun to be able to experiment with it. So hope I put it on like a high turnover, nose down, and just let it glide, butt fight out of it. That's kind of what I want that control driver to be. Dude, these are so money. That's incredible. That's exactly what I want that disc to do. Just a little flat, gets a little drift. Oh my gosh. Those go really far. Might be able to put some of these distance drivers in that goal if we have enough light. We'll try the S-Blend. Oh, S-Blend is a little more flippy. That was a little hyzer, a little late flip. I-Blend, I would imagine it's gonna fly similar to that S-Blend now, based on my guess. Oh, okay, it did flip up, but that was the worst throw. I didn't brace at all. Oh, that was more overstable-ish. Huh, that one was much more like the swirly S-Blends. Then we got another 10 speed, the Aztec, 10.5 -1.2. This one's kind of pop top, the I-Blend. I think this is gonna be a slightly longer Dynasty, and if I had to guess, slightly flippier than the Dynasty as well. Similar, very similar. Wow. It did seem a little faster the way it popped out of my hand. Now my question is the halo gonna be more or less overstable? Maybe that's a game we need to play. Is the halo of this disc gonna be more or less overstable? Centurion was less. Less overstable. Wow, that's how you want an Aztec to fly. Huh, that's crazy. The I-Blend is pretty overstable to start out. Now it's time to bomb some distance drivers, starting with the Maya, I-Blend Maya. Now the question is gonna be, is the Maya gonna be more or less overstable in the halo plastic? Oh, this is way stiffer, this Maya is though, than the I-Blend. And this is way flat. Let's see if we can put this one to the goal. Whoa, okay, wow, late flip, late flip, late flip. Swoopy, terrible shot, but a lot of late flip. Oh, that is money. Woo. Might be in circle 1 of that goal. A lot of these halos are a little less overstable. I'm interested if that kind of stays, because you think of halo plastic, you think more overstable than the typical plastics, but that hasn't seemed to be the case so far. All right, 11 speed. The next one is the Czar. We have the Czars, the 11.5 -1.3, similar to a Wraith, and the Slab, which in this color glow, I don't think it's gonna be crazy overstable. So throw this one first. Yeah, like that's surprising to me. That's supposed to be like a 305 disc. That one just came out pretty flippy. We have a Czar now, 11.5 -1.3. I think we're gonna throw him flat. I think this will act kind of like a Wraith. Yeah. Nice stand up turn. Whew. And this one, I don't really know the plastic. To me, it kind of seems like what the Halo Glow Champion has been from Innova. I think it's gonna be more overstable. Just feels like it. Yeah, okay, it is. A pretty good bit too. Not quite Halo Wraith, I don't think, but a solid disc. And now we're moving on to the Emperors. We'll throw Emperors, then Conquerors, and finish out with the Pharaohs. 4 Halo Emperors and an I-Blend, 3 of them that have the new Bedanza stamp on them, so snag those if you can. We'll throw the I-Blend first. This is supposedly a bomber, I guess. I'm not feeling like I'm throwing far, but if we can get one out to that goal, that would be money. Oh, I-Blend starts out pretty stable. Wow. I thought that one would flip more. I've heard I-Blends bomb, but I also heard that they're pretty flippy. But I think, like anything, it kind of beats into that. Well, those pretty stiff Emperor. It's kind of flatter too. So I imagine this is gonna be pretty, actually it doesn't look crazy overstable. Yeah. Wow, not crazy overstable. And all 3 of these are kind of the more domey, typical bomber Emperors, I think. This one isn't as pop top. This one, crazy pop top. This is the one that's going in the bag. This one also is really pop top. So these we're gonna put on some kind of high distance line, see if we can rip them a bit. Okay, there we go. There's a little overstable guy. I think that one's close to my Calvin's. Not quite there. Yes. Oh yeah, that was a good shot. I really like that one. And now my favorite one so far. I hope it's the most overstable, or at least pretty overstable. If it's flippier than those, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed. Oh yeah, she's beefy-ish. Yes. That's a bomber. That's a bomber. That's awesome. And now let's look at some real beef. The Conquerors, 12404, PD2. Start with the swirly S blend and see, we'll play the is the halo more or less overstable game. Wow, beefy. I'm hoping this team stamped halo one's a little more beefy. I think it will be. This one's not quite as flat. Still got some dome, but that one's really domey. We'll put a lot of anhyzer on this one. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is so much more beefy than those Emperors were. Just the angle that it got back to as it finished was perfect. And now it's time to throw it into that goal, because we got the Pharaohs. These white S-Blend 171s, I think, are gonna be so perfect to just like start on a little hyzer high, get up, drift late, and finish. We'll start with this black I-Blend one, and then we'll throw 2 of the S-Blends. The Erica Stinchcomb Halo, just to play the game, is the Halo more or less overstable? It was more overstable for that Conqueror. And then the S-Blend as well. Oh, it just goes so far. It's just so fast. It's gonna be harder to pick them up, I think, so I'll try to throw them in the air a little bit better. This is the one I'm pretty sure I put in the bag. Oh my gosh. Wow, they're pretty stable. They're like exactly where you want the strike to be. I'm pretty sure that landed at the goal. It might be a little short, a little less hyzer. That was maybe 10 or 15. This try to put on like 5. Oh yeah. Okay, that one we burned over a little bit. Gotta put it a little higher. We'll throw this Erica Stinchcomb one first. Yeah, it is. I put that on too much hyzer, but I snapped it really well. Now it's time, arguably the cooler stamp. Let's put this one beyond it for sure. No! Oh, that was the worst throw of the day. Why did I do that? I can't believe I hooked that last Pharaoh up and then threw the laziest shot of the whole freaking day. Pretty solid, pretty far spread of disc down here, if that's 440. We got a lot right in the 400-ish foot range. I don't see that Pharaoh super long. It might be down there. I mean, Dynasty went pretty far, so we might have one that's way out there. All right, so this is where that one landed. I'm gonna give myself 440 on it, so nothing wild. So this area really seemed to be the collecting point for all the mid-ranges. We got all the Chariots here, the Galleon, the Ra, one of the Anubises. We're gonna throw these Incas back. I really thought they'd be more overstable. They didn't feel ridiculously overstable, but you know, sometimes you trust the numbers. Okay, that was more overstable there. That was way more overstable there. Did I shank it? Am I bad at disc golf? Probably both. This Metal Flake Inca. Okay, the Metal Flake one is getting up, flipping, and turning. Like, and not coming out of it. Metal Flake one is a fraud. That was surprising. Last chance, true test. These are the 2 that were gonna be in my bag. The Bedanza stamped Inca versus the team stamped Chariot. Okay, I shanked them. Thank goodness. Okay, the Metal Flake one is definitely less overstable. I think that this is gonna be, it might not be more overstable than Chariot, but throw them the same. Okay, it is more overstable than Chariot. I'm sure you couldn't see it very well, but the Inca was more overstable than Chariot. Probably more 5502 than 5503. But if you're going with conventional like rock flight numbers, they call those like a 03 as well, and they're not as overstable. So Metal Flake Inca, not as overstable. The other 2 Incas that I threw, my Halo ones, were definitely overstable. So I'll keep those in the bag as well. What that could also tell me though, I just realized, is not that I just shanked them, because obviously I think I did, but also that they might not fight out of anhyzers as well. Like maybe into a headwind, maybe they're not as overstable as another overstable mid-range, but they seem to be as overstable as like my Guava that I've been throwing, the most overstable, more overstable than any Pathfinder I've ever thrown. You can finalize my initial thoughts on throwing every single infinite mold, except for one, I think. They didn't send me the Kontiki, which I don't know if they ever have really in stock, but apparently it's like a super flippy 6-speed, which is, I want to get my hands on it because it seems pretty interesting to throw. Officially no daylight left, but I'm making the executive decisions. I've been throwing these back and forth. First off, my throws, obviously not the most consistent today, so I'm excited to keep testing these out and throwing them, but I once again threw the Incas back and forth just to make sure that I wasn't going crazy, and the Metal Flake one is definitely way more understable than the numbers suggest, but the 2 that have my stamps are pretty much what I expected them to be. I think I was throwing into a headwind and I didn't quite realize it, so throwing them back and forth, I've realized a lot more about these discs. But executive decision, we're changing the I-Blend Centurion for the James Proctor one, and we're changing the team stamped S-Blend Dynasty for the C-Blend one. I think it's a little flippier. I think it'll give us a little bit more variety. The S-Blend one is too similar to those Romans, which I am loving and will probably throw all over the place tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Really excited to continue this journey with Infinite, and I'm excited for this series, and then for the fact that like my normal content doesn't have to change almost at all. If you want to watch the announcement video, check it out right over here. Otherwise, subscribe for tomorrow. I cannot wait to actually play with these discs. I cannot wait to get less sick too, which tonight's rest is going to be very helpful for. See you tomorrow.